me again, Vince Carl Daya. So for today's video, we'll be discussing another topic, which is the universal features of language. So if you want to learn something about this video, just keep on watching. So without further ado, let's now begin.
Together with the creation of human life is the creation of a wonderful and dynamic human capacity, language. Animals are said to be able to communicate with each other. Whales sing, wolves howl, dogs bark, and birds chirp. The sounds these creatures produce often reflect the state of their emotions. While it may be true that animals communicate, only human beings are truly capable of producing language. And now, let's move on to the main discussion of this vlog. So what exactly is language? Linguistics agree that a language can only be called language if it has a system of rules, or also known as grammar, a sound system, a phonology, and a vocabulary, lexicon.
For example, a monkey may be able to signal to its partner that it is sharing food. A monkey will only produce sounds and gestures, but will not be able to organize the sounds into a meaningful system with rules.
What the monkey is producing is not a language in the strictest sense of the word. Human beings, on the other hand, are able to communicate with their desire to share food through several ways that are understandable to other human beings. They may utter a word like food, raise a question, you want some food, or giving a statement, I'd like to share this food with you. People use language. They can understand each other because they belong to the same speech community. They can understand each other because in their speech community, people share the same set of rules in the language system. While growing up, people acquire the languages used by those in the community. This is the process of language acquisition. The languages acquired while growing up are known as mother tongues, which may also be referred to as first languages. And people discover later on that other languages are needed for various reasons. People learn these languages by studying formally in school or informally on their own. This is the process of language learning.
What happens if people visit another speech community that is different from their own? I know that some of you are aware that Americans and British speak English. However, they spell English words differently. They pronounce words differently, and they have different ways of expressing the same concepts. It can be said that the Americans and the British belong to two speech communities which do not have exactly the same set of rules for their languages. This is why there are differences in their languages. What happens if you, for example, who speaks a mother tongue and English, go to work in China where the resident speaks Putonghua and a little bit of English? So Putonghua means Mandarin. Will you be able to communicate with the Chinese? The answer is yes. Though it will be a challenge for you and your Chinese friends to try to understand each other, eventually you will be able to communicate as you slowly learn each other's languages. What is happening here is called a language contact, a contact of two languages that you and your Chinese friends are using. The result of such contact may be a new form of language. It is possible that in your attempt to communicate with each other, you and your Chinese friend will produce a new language form that is understandable to both of you. Your own languages may also change as you constantly interact and communicate with each other. Thus, language change is the result of language contact. Language is indeed a complex human capacity. It is therefore important to be aware of its features and behavior to be able to use language more effectively and productively in communicating with others.